guys. In my previous video in which I had reviewed some newly released manhwas, I had mentioned that there is another manhwa, but I want to make a separate video on it because it is quite problematic and needs a video dedicated just to it. This is that video, and the manhwa I'm speaking of is Raising the Children of the Main Characters. Our female lead loses her younger twin siblings and wishes to be reunited with them, a wish that is fulfilled, and she finds herself as a character in the novel. The original owner of the body is a very pitiful woman. So, what happens is that the male lead of this manhwa was in love with the female lead of the novel, meaning the OG female lead of the novel, and was best friends with both her and her husband, who was the male lead of the novel. So, OG main characters, making this dude the second male lead whose love remains unrequited. At their wedding, he gets drunk and mistakes this poor woman as the woman he loves and sleeps with her, which results in her getting pregnant. She accepts his marriage proposal made out of obligation because they live in a society where a woman cannot have a child out of wedlock. Their marriage is an extremely unhappy one, especially for this poor woman. She has to live with the fact that her husband loves another woman and only slept with her because he mistook her for the woman he loves. Her misery doesn't end there as she loses their child. And what does this fool of a male lead does? You guys want to make a guess? Option 1, consoles her like a normal human would. Option 2, is sad about losing their child. Or option 3, brings the twin children of the woman he loves to meet her as she is recovering from her miscarriage. Yep. If you chose third option, you're correct. This man literally brought the children of the woman he loves to meet her because he thought that it would make her feel better. Seriously, in such a situation where a woman has just lost her child and probably cannot bear the sight of another child because it may remind her of her loss, you brought the children of the woman you love, which would be the reminder of not only the loss of the child, but also being trapped in a loveless marriage with a man who has an IQ and EQ of a potato. It was infuriating to read. And what excuse the author has, as always? Oh, this poor man was misunderstood. His intentions were not wrong. He only did this thinking that it would help her, and the poor boy doesn't know how to deal with these things because he was abused by his mother. Yeah, that's an excuse. How are these two things even related? Fine, he was abused by his mother and isolated from the world, but that happened in his childhood. He was rescued when he was still young and spent all his time at original male lead's house and with female lead. So he had people surrounding him who loved him and took care of him. So he interacted with them. He interacted out in the world. So none of these excuses make sense. And honestly, it is not rocket science as to how to be considerate or console someone when they're going through hard times. Let alone him, not a single person told him that it was a bad idea, like not the OG main characters when he was borrowing their kids, or not the staff at his home. Like, no one stopped this man from doing something this stupid. As if that wasn't enough, then he leaves her and stays at the OG character's house taking care of the twins because the original characters have died. For a year, this man forgets about the existence of his poor wife. She had a miscarriage and you just left her? Who does that? No decent human being would do that. He doesn't even bother to mourn the loss of their child. How heartless! After all this, he has the audacity to bring the children to live with them. He doesn't ask her if she'd be alright with this situation or arrangement. He just informs her that he's gonna be bringing the children to live with them. his decision is made. He doesn't even recognize her as a partner. Partners make decision together. He doesn't recognize her as that. I hate this male lead. He's not malicious, calculated, or abusive like other male leads, but somehow he's the worst. He's so oblivious to his own faults and cruelty. He reminds me of the character Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. In the last episode, Amy confronts him on his behavior, and his excuse is that he doesn't do these things intentionally. And she yells back at him that this is precisely why they tolerate him. It's because his intentions are not wrong, but the truth of the fact is that his actions are. He is hurting people. And the same applies in this situation. I believe that regardless of what the intentions may be, it is the actions that matter, and his actions are awfully cruel. I do not like him one bit. Since this poor woman's body is now occupied by the female lead, whose twin siblings are reincarnated as the twin children of the original main characters, she's okay with being their mom. But it is sad to think about the original owner of the body and how awful her life was and what she went through. Have you guys read this Manhwa? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments down below, and do like and subscribe the channel if you like the videos I make. That would help support the channel, and I would appreciate it a lot. Anyways, bye.